800s here in New York. We'll have high voltage races, of course, coming up in Boston next week, and in 2 weeks' time in Philadelphia. Emery Ross wearing hip number 9, U.S. number 1 in this event. You heard in that open that she had not learned of being in New York to race here than just a couple of days ago, just her second race of the season. Next to her, Olivia Cieslak. Also heard from her, the future Stanford Cardinal, U.S. number 14, coming into this race on a Saturday in February. Sophia McGinnis, U.S. number 1 at 1,000 meters, goes down distance. The future Villanova standout will wear hip number 7. And then Paige Shepard, an XR Northeast champ. She's undefeated in 2025, U.S. number 2 at 2:08.15 here in 2025. The inside group starting in hip number 5. Olawatasin Oale from Powder Springs, Georgia, makes a step up here into the Northeast and will race here as hip number 5. Hip number 4, Clemmy Lilly, who is also a future Stanford Cardinal, the 18-year-old out of Rumson, New Jersey. Next to her from Phoenixville, Pennsylvania, U.S. number 8 this year, Allie DeLisi. She's a 2:10.79 best from 2025. Gwen Hamilton, who is U.S. number 13. Next to her, the 16-year-old, 2:11.54. And someone who is pretty talented as a sprinter, but moving up in distance here at 800 meters from Rumson, New Jersey, Reese Reynolds Malone, a best of 2:10.61 here in the girls' 800 meters. As mentioned, as we look at the full start list, Emery Ross, 2:06.62. That is the mark to beat for a U.S. number 1. Full field here as we get to go racing on the Armory Oval. 4 laps of the track here at 800 meters. As we get to the early racing, Brittany Ogamokun of the Central Park Track Club is our pace setter there. She is scheduled to take this group through in a very swift 59.5 for 2 laps, and we'll see if that holds true. And a good start. It's 29.90 for that first 400 with Emery Ross, Cieslak, Shepard, and Lilly in tow. Already starting to string out just a little bit here with a brisk pace for these high schoolers in the high voltage 800. And looking for 59 mid here by the pace setter, Obamokun. And right behind her is Emery Ross. And just a little bit slower than prescribed, 60.66. With Ross and Cieslak now down the back stretch. The pace setter steps aside. And the second half of the race now in a battle between Ross and Cieslak here. Cieslak goes high. Behind them is Lilly in third, and then Paige Shepard. And a little battle here on the main straightaway as they come through 3/4 of the way home. Bell lap here in the high voltage 800 meters. Ross, 31.47 on that last lap. Cieslak still within a stride of her. Lilly third, Shepard fourth. Cieslak now challenging on the outside, but can't get ahead of Emery Ross. Now high to the bank. Emery Ross continues to control this one and will take this victory in the high voltage 800 meters as she wins it and sets another U.S. number 1 and breaks that mark. 2:03.95 for Emery Ross. More than 2 seconds better than her previous U.S. number 1. Cieslak under the previous U.S. number 1. Clemmy Lilly under the previous U.S. number 1. And Paige Shepard, 2:06.90. Wow, wow, wow. It looks like all of those top 4, top 5 now going to be in the top 6 or 7 on the U.S. high school list, as it is absolutely rewritten here in the Armory with that high voltage 800, and the U.S. #1 coming in will leave as the U.S. #1 out of the Armory. Emery Ross in 2:03.95. Let's hear from Emery now.
Go. Hi guys, I'm here with the winner of the girls high voltage 800 meters, Emery Ross, 2:03. What is your reaction when you see that on the clock?
Oh, it feels so great. I've worked really hard as well as all the other athletes in this facility, so I'm really excited, and it was super fun to be able to run against people this high in their, athletics and stuff. So it was really great. It feels really great.
So now that's the new fastest time in the country so far this season. How is that going to set you up for the rest of the postseason and beyond?
I just hope I can finish the season and go into outdoor the best of my ability, healthy and strong, and continue to increase my athletics, and just keep surging.
All right, well, you killed it. Excited to see what comes next.
Yeah, the top 5 times in the country now, all